Hello students, in the last video we have done about the kinetic energy. Now in the next lecture of this video we are going to start about the potential energy. Potential energy. What is the potential energy? It is the energy that is stored in object due to its position, by virtue of its position. Particular position के कारण जो आप किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट में एनर्जी स्टोर हो रही है, दैट इज कॉल्ड द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. फॉर एग्जांपल, I have placed a chalk on the particular height from the surface of the earth. There is some amount of energy stored in this chalk, that is called the potential energy. Now next one is the potential energy is of two types. One is the gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energies are that energy that is stored in object due to its position with respect to the earth, or when an object is placed at particular height from the surface of the earth, then its energy is called the gravitational potential energy. Second one is the elastic potential energy. If energy is stored in the object due to its deformed shape, for example, we are taking the example of the bow and arrow. Whenever you are going to stretch the bow, in that case there is the deformation in the shape of the bow. So due to that deformation, there is some energy stored in the arrow, that is called the elastic potential energy. Clear? Elastic potential energy is the energy that is stored in a particular object due to its deformed shape. Now firstly we are going to discuss about the gravitational potential energy. First one is the gravitational potential energy. We are going to talk about the gravitational potential energy. Whenever you are going to calculate the gravitational potential energy, means you are going to move at a particular height. Let us suppose this is the surface of the earth. The dotted lines are showing the initial position of the block. And let us suppose I have applied a force. This is the initial position A, or on the surface of the earth initially it is present, and I have applied some force. This block moves to the position B. This block moves to the position B. Now let us suppose it has covered height h. It has covered height h. Now I am going to calculate the work done. Firstly I am going to calculate work done by the applied force. Then we will calculate the work done by the gravitational force. Now work done by applied force. Applied force. How much force we have to apply to move this object in the upward direction? It should be equivalent magnitude to the gravitational force. So applied force is acting in the upward direction, and the magnitude of the applied force is equal to the magnitude of gravitational force. So work done will be equal to F external plus dot h. H is the height. I am taking here the length element of the length vector with the by h. H is representing the height here. So work done will be equal to, or you can write here as the Fg dot h. Now what is the F external and h. What is the angle between the external force and the h? H is going to increase in the upward direction, and the applied force is also acting upward. So angle between them is 0. So work done will be F external h cos 0 degree. I have opened the dot product, that is A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. From here work done is equal to external force in magnitude is equal to the gravitational force Fg into h, and the gravitational force in magnitude is given by mgh. This is the work done by the applied external force. This is the work done by the applied external force. Now we are going to calculate work done by gravitational force. Work done by gravitational force. We are going to calculate the work done by a gravitational force. gravitational force is acting vertically downward and the displacement or the height h is increasing in the upward direction, or the displacement h that this object has covered, that is vertically upward, and the gravitational force is acting vertically downward. From here, work done will be Fg dot h, dot product of the gravitational force and the height h. So work done will be Fgh. Now what is the angle between gravitational force and the height h? That is 180 degree. From here it will be cos of 180, and cos 180 is minus 1. So work done is equal to minus Fg h. Now put the value of the Fg from here. Work done is equal to minus mg h. This work done is equal to the potential energy that we are talking about. So potential energy is equal to mg h. This is the expression for the potential energy. So potential energy is the energy stored in an object due to its position with respect to the earth. Now next we are going to find the change in the potential energy. We are going to find the change in the potential energy. Next topic is the change in gravitational potential energy. Change in potential energy. Which potential energy? Gravitational potential energy, and that is given by writing by delta U, that is U2 minus U1, final minus initial. Now U is equal to, let us suppose finally object is at height h2 minus mg h2 minus of minus mg h1. Finally object is at the height h1. U is equal to minus of, take the sign negative, mg h2 minus h1. This is the change in the gravitational potential energy. Okay, so this is the gravitational potential energy and change in the gravitational potential energy. Next we are going to discuss about the elastic potential energy. Next is the elastic potential energy. Elastic potential energy, as I have defined already, is the energy that is stored in an object due to its deformed shape. Whenever there is the deformation in the shape of the object, there is the particular energy stored. That energy is called the elastic potential energy. Now for that, let us suppose I have a spring. With this spring, I have connected a block. I have connected a block, and let us suppose I have applied some force on the block such that spring is going to stretch and the block is going to move through the displacement x. After applying the force, the spring is going to stretch, and due to the stretching of the spring, the block is going to move through a displacement x. Now, it's a daily life experience, you can say that mostly you people have experienced that whenever you are going to leave this block will move backward and it will reach approximately at the same position as was earlier before stretching the spring. Means in the third case, if you have removed the applied force, the block is going to reach at the same position. The block is going to reach at the same position. Means there is some force acting towards the left hand side, due to which this block is going to move initially again at its position. And due to this force, or this force is called the restoring force. This force is called the restoring force. And the restoring force is directly proportional to minus x. It is given by Hooke, or it is called the Hooke's law. The restoring force is directly proportional to the negative of the displacement that en bloc has covered. Okay, so applied force is directly proportional to the minus of x. This is the Hooke's law. Now the restoring force will be equal in magnitude to the external force, but the direction of the both are equal. The restoring force acting in the opposite direction to the applied force, but the magnitude will be equal. Or you can say that F external is equal to minus of F. From here you can write F will be equal to minus of Kx. K is known as the spring constant. So put the value of here. F external will be equal to plus of Kx. Name it equation number 1. F external is equal to Kx. Okay. Now you can say that Kx here, or in magnitude it will be Kx. Clear? You will write here also the vector form. Here is also vector form. Here we are going to consider the magnitude. F external is equal to Kx. Let us suppose by applying this force, the object is going to cover some displacement dx. If dx is the displacement, then small amount of work done will be equal to F external into dx. In this case, dw is equal to kx dx. Now total work done will be equal to, we are going to integrate from 0 to x kx dx. So work done will be equal to 1 by 2 kx square, and this work done is going to store in the form of potential energy. So potential energy will be equal to 1 by 2 kx square. This energy is called the elastic potential energy. So elastic potential energy is given by 1 by 2 kx square. Now if you are going to represent this elastic potential energy graphically, it will be elastic potential energy graphically you can represent. This is the mean position, this one position, and on this side we are going to stretch the spring. On this side there is the compression of the spring, and the graph will go like this. As the distance x is going to increase from this point, the energy is also going to be increased. This point is called the equilibrium position or the mean position. Whenever you are going to away from the mean position, the energy is going to increase, and either you are going to compress the spring or you are going to stretch the spring. This is the graphical variation of energy with the x from its mean position. Next, one term left, that is the K. We are going to define the K, that is spring constant. Definition of K. Spring constant. Spring constant can be defined as we have written, F is equal to Kx, K will be equal to F by x. Spring constant is equal to applied force per unit, applied, or you can say that restoring or the deforming force per unit displacement. This restoring force per unit displacement. I have written from the expression F is directly proportional to minus of x. Here I have skipped the negative sign because I am not going to consider the direction. Okay, so K is equal to F by x. So this is all about the potential energy, gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy. In our next video, we are going to discuss about the conservative forces, non-conservative forces, and we will prove that the gravitational force is the conservative in nature. Thank you.